Good morning, boys and girls. What we're going to be doing today is generating ideas. Another word for generating ideas is brainstorming. We're going to prepare for our new unit, all about books. These are pretty much teaching books. You are going to teach us a topic that you choose. What we're going to do today is we're going to think of a topic. That's what we're going to do today. You're going to make a list of topics by brainstorming. So let's brainstorm. Again, brainstorming is just what this emoji is doing, just thinking about ideas. So let's brainstorm. What are some animals we can write about? Let's take a look at the picture. Tell yourself, what animals can you write about? I see an elephant. That's something I can write about. Monkeys, cats, lions, dogs. These are some animals that I can write about. Now, I might not pick lion. I don't know a lot about lions. I know what they look like, but I don't know how they move. I don't know how they eat. So I might not choose that. I might choose cats. I know a lot about cats. I know what they look like. I know how they move. I know how they sound. I know what they eat. So you want to pick a topic that you know a lot about. Okay, now that we brainstormed, we made a list of animals that we can write about. Cats, dogs, monkeys, elephants. I used some of the animals from the picture. Are there any other animals that you can think of that weren't in the picture? We can write about tigers, we can write about rabbits, we can write about fish. Okay, we brainstormed about animals. Let's brainstorm about people. What are some people we can write about? Again, take a look at the picture. There are many different people in that picture. What can we write about? I see firefighters, police officers, postal carriers. I see a restaurant worker. I see a veterinarian. What are some people that we can write about? Now I made a list. I can write about firefighters, police officers, restaurant workers. I also added some other things I thought of. We can write about nurses, sanitation workers, librarians, and grocery store workers. Again, from this list, I might not choose sanitation workers. I don't know a lot about sanitation workers. I know a lot, though, about firefighters. My dad was a firefighter, so I can tell a lot about firefighters, where they work, what they look like, what some gear they wear, where they go, how they fight fires. So again, you want to pick something that you know a lot about. Okay, now it's your turn to brainstorm. Remember, brainstorm means thinking of ideas. What are some holidays we can write about? I'm going to give you 30 seconds. Go ahead. What are some holidays that we can write about? Make a list. Okay, did you think of some holidays? Here is a list of holidays that we can write about. Christmas, Eid, Chinese New Year, Easter, Ramadan, Halloween, Thanksgiving, 4th of July, New Year's Eve. Were there any other holidays that you wrote that weren't on this list? That's okay. If your holidays are different than this list, that is okay. Now, from this list, let's think, what are some holidays I know a lot about? I know a lot about Christmas and I know a lot about Halloween. I don't know that much about Chinese New Year. I don't celebrate Chinese New Year, but maybe you know a lot about Chinese New Year. So again, you have to think of something that you can write a lot about. Okay, last one. It's your turn to brainstorm again. What are some games that you can write about? I'll give you 30 seconds. Make a list of games that you can write about for your All About book. Okay, did you think of some games that you can write about? Here are some games that I wrote about. I can write about hide and go seek, Minecraft, tic-tac-toe, tag, Mario Kart, bingo, and I know math games in my math centers. Were there any other games you could think of that weren't on this list? If you did, that's great. You can also write about games that aren't on this list. All right, your turn. You're going to make a list of topics that you can write about. Remember, you want to make sure you know a lot about those topics. I wouldn't write about elephants if I don't know a lot about them. I wouldn't write a lot about police officers if I don't know a lot about them. If you need more ideas, you can click this Padlet link. Look in your story today, it tells you how to work it. But when you click it as a list of books that you can read so you can learn about more topics to write in your all about books. Here's an example. I took 1, 2, 3, 4 topics on my list. An animal, a person, a holiday, and a game. So this is what it's going to look like today. Example is, I know a lot about cats, firefighters, Christmas, and hide and go seek. That's my list. This does not have to be your list. We want you to make your own list. So let's go to the next slide because it's our turn. You're going to write 4 topics that you can write in your all about books. Remember, it can be an animal, a person, a game, or holiday. If you want to write something else that you know a lot about, that's great. If you want to click this Padlet link and read some more books and learn about more topics that you want to write about, that's great too. Again, your activity is to list 4 topics that you know a lot about. Okay, go ahead.